All right, we are at episode 2, story time. And this week I talked about, like, you have your LLC, now what? I would say for me being a business owner for the first time, there's always the decision of what you should be doing, because there's a million things that you should be doing when you open a business. And I am very much a I'm a communication person. Like, I just need to see it in writing. I need to hear it. I need to understand, like, what the rules are. And I would say for me, taking that time to really understand, like, policies and guidelines and setting up paperwork was more beneficial than running out and doing a lot of things that I could have did starting out. But for me personally, I think it's important to understand, like, what are your state guidelines in terms of your industry? What are the different things that you're legally allowed to do? Like, you have to get all those sorted away. And then I think once you're comfortable and confident in knowing your industry, then you can go out and do all those great things. But for me, it literally was sitting there making documents. It was understanding who was my point of contact, who do I need to reach out to, who do I need to make those introductions to, what policies do I need to have in place, what do I need to know about staff, what do I need to know about families, what do I need to know about, like, just childcare and learning in general that maybe my experience had it really brought me. And just taking those opportunities to learn about that, build things around it, and then run from there. So I would say, like, in the startup phase, a lot of people, it's hit or miss on, do you hit the ground running with paperwork, or do you hit the ground running door to door, or trying to set up partnerships? And I would say for me, the paperwork was most purposeful. It has allowed me to be able to, no matter what happens in my business, somebody can step up and I can train them and they can take over. And I think that was the critical piece, was really sitting there, making notes in a journal. I have documents, pages, notebooks full of stuff, and just online, and really understanding, like, what I was getting myself into. And by doing that, you set yourself up to not only understand your business, but to be able to teach it to others, to make sure that it can run without you, and understand just your lane, because there's so many businesses like yours, but you have to make yours unique as well. So I would say, in terms of, you got your LLC, now what? The next thing is to get your affairs in order, get your paperwork in order. And then from there, run, seize the day, do all those things that you need to try to keep your business afloat. We are in crazy times when it comes to business, so kudos to every business owner out there. But knowing your background, your understanding, and all that, you're going to be 10 steps ahead for when things happen and come up. So just really inform yourself. Be knowledgeable about your business. Be knowledgeable about what you're going to do for clients and families, like you have to at this point. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week with another episode of Story Time and just some of my favorite TikTok shop items that go with being a boss and self-care and ownership and all that great stuff. So till next time.